It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
We're hearing tonight from a disabled Georgia veteran who's being detained right now on drug charges in Dubai. It's in the Middle East. He's been accused of drug trafficking after inspectors at Dubai's airport found him in possession of CBD pills that were prescribed to him for chronic back pain. Channel 2's Tom Regan spoke exclusively with that veteran who says he's falsely accused and desperate, obviously, Tom, at this point to get home.
Yeah, George, this retired Navy veteran was actually in Dubai on vacation with some friends. He had a good time, but when he was about to climb on board a flight to return to Georgia, he was placed under arrest.
And they got me on a travel ban right now. I can't travel because they basically said I was trafficking drugs with my prescription medicine.
Georgia Navy veteran Charles Wimberly is stuck in limbo at a hotel near the airport in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. He went there on vacation with friends last month. As he was passing through the airport checkpoint to return home, he said some CBD capsules that had been prescribed for back pain fell out of his pocket along with ibuprofen.
And he was like, "What kind of medicine is this?" I said, ibuprofen and CBD. And he was like, "You look brown pills?" I said, "Yeah, the CBD." And he was like, "Well, CBD is not allowed." So I showed him what I looked up before I came over here. I said, "No, I looked this up before I came over here." I said, and I showed it to him on my phone. I screenshotted it, and he was like, "No, I don't know where you got that from. That's not legal over here."
Wimberly, who has served honorably in the Navy for 20 years, was about to find himself being thrown in jail for having non-intoxicating CBD and over-the-counter pain medication in his possession.
Trafficking drugs. I said, "This is my medicine." So they said, "What a prescription at?" So I showed them my prescription. I showed them everything, and they was like, "That's not good enough."
He's a good kid. He served his country honorably.
The vet's distraught father told me it's absurd to accuse his son of drug trafficking for a few CBD pills.
But everything they have explained to why they're holding him doesn't make sense.
Now, at this point, it's hard to guess how long this veteran could be detained in Dubai. The U.S. State Department warns against having medically approved CBD products in Dubai. It's considered illegal. An organization called Detained in Dubai is now trying to help Wimberly through diplomatic channels, including the State Department. Wimberly is hoping the Dubai government will drop the case for lack of evidence, let him pay a fine, and go home. George?
That would be exactly what that family needs, Tom.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October the 16th. The year is 2024. I got off to a rough morning. I don't know what I was thinking, but last night I pulled up to the house and I saw my neighbor's trash cans out on the curb. And I thought, they put their trash cans out a day early. And I went in the house and later on went to bed. Early this morning, I was laying in bed asleep. I heard the garbage trucks. I said, "Wait a minute, the trash is running today." I thought we had a holiday Monday. I thought Monday was a holiday. So I thought the trash would run a little bit later, one day later. Thank goodness I was here. I jumped up out of bed and ran downstairs and rushed that trash down to the curb. They picked up the, we have two types of trash. So they pick up the blue, which is recyclable. They picked that up first. I ain't had nothing in that can anyway. But I had a trash can full of trash in the other one, so I raised it down the hills. So, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Then I come back into the house, put the coffee pot together, pour the water in the coffee machine, put the coffee in the coffee maker, turn on the machine and go upstairs. And come back downstairs to a huge puddle of coffee all over the floor. I did not put the coffee pot inside the coffee machine. How on earth? I think the medicines I took last night just kind of had me very loopy this morning, and I was rushing to get the trash down to the curb. Yeah, it was a massive puddle of coffee in this kitchen, so I had to clean that up. And my coffee was ruined. I had to put on another pot of coffee after I cleaned all that up. I don't know how on earth that happened. That was crazy. But it's just coffee. So luckily I had brought coffee on sale, so I was able to. I always buy coffee on sale. And this brand right here is Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It was inexpensive. I bought a whole bunch of it. It was cheap. Yeah, and it was like $4.99 a pack. That's for a big bag of coffee. But that's still cheaper than going to Starbucks and any of these coffee places. Hell. Yep. So all you know, that pot of coffee was over the floor. I just mopped it up, wiped down the cabinet to put some more coffee. I'll get my damn coffee. But anyway, whenever I travel, and I travel a lot outside of the United States, when I'm packing my luggage in my medicine bag, I go through it thoroughly. What is it I'm taking with me? What medicines I'm taking with me? Are they all in their prescription bottles? Are these medicines legal in those countries? I tend not to take any pain medications because you never know what may be legal or not legal in those countries. I don't take anything that's questionable. I don't really have anything that's questionable. But I make sure that I put all my medicines are clearly marked in their bottles. Even over-the-counter medications. Everything needs to be marked in their proper bottles. I don't care if it's Benadryl. You cannot just have loose pills floating around in your luggage or in your pockets or anywhere. Everything needs to be in their proper, in proper bottles marked. I don't use any recreational drugs, so that's not a concern for me. However, with that said, I thoroughly go through my luggage. I go through every pocket. Before I start putting stuff in there, I'm looking to see if there's anything that I might have fell into my luggage when I was traveling here in Atlanta. I make sure that all my luggage is clean. Before I start putting stuff in there, I go through the pockets. I thoroughly go through everything. I've never understood how people got to the airport and had guns and weapons and all this stuff in their luggage because they didn't thoroughly go through their luggage or bags. I thoroughly go through everything before I start putting my clothes in there. I know what's in my luggage. And I know what's not in my luggage. There are no weapons. There are no drugs that are not clearly marked. There are no recreational drugs. I've seen story after story after story about people being arrested in foreign countries for carrying CBD pills and oils and vapors. That's an American thing. Do not get on any plane. Do not get on any cruise ship. You cannot get on a cruise ship with those things. I've seen people get banned from cruise ships, not able to get on cruises. They had this stuff. People get arrested in airports. Brittany Griner was arrested in the Soviet Union or Russia. Anything related to marijuana, CBD oil, CBD pills, or anything is illegal. Leave it in the United States. Do not take that with you. I don't care where you're going. And in some states, it's illegal here in the United States. Just because the doctor gave it to you or you bought it at over the counter somewhere doesn't mean it is legal when you hop on a plane. Leave it at home. Travel with traditional Tylenol or other stuff that you have for pain. Go buy you a box of Tylenol sealed. This is what I do. I go to them small boxes of Tylenol. When I travel, I go to Walmart or any store or Kroger, and I get to travel. I get medicines, everything sealed in a little box. Tylenol, Alka-Seltzer, anything out. Sometimes I carry stuff for anti-diarrhea medication because I eat some. Everything's sealed in the box. I seal it in a clear plastic bag and put it in my luggage. Toothpaste, mouthwash, everything's brand new. Everything still sealed in the packaging and new, and I put it in a clear plastic bag with y'all know what I'm talking about, those clear bags that you put food and stuff in. If I'm going to travel with that stuff, anything I make sure it's sealed up and put in my luggage. Even then, I make sure that it's just basic over-the-counter medication. Tylenol, Aleve, Alka-Seltzer, just basic stuff that's sold around the world that everybody knows and recognizes. No prescription medications and pain pills. My prescription medications are in their bottles. If it's blood pressure medicine, it's in the blood pressure bottle. Clearly marked on the label what it is. And I've been doing this for years. In some places, you're not allowed to carry food from other countries. So don't pack any fruits or vegetables or food in your luggage because you're not going to be able to take that into other countries. That stuff has to be eaten at the airport, whether you're coming from the United States or leaving from the United States and coming back to the United States. You cannot pack any type of food, vegetables, and fruits into your luggage. So don't do that. You might pick up some fruits and stuff, say, if I want to take this home with me, you're not allowed to do that. Baked goods are even questionable too. So you might want to make sure that if you have some foods you can bring, like chocolates and gifts. When I was in Turkey, you could have brought chocolates and all this different stuff. But my suggestion to you, if you're going to travel, be aware of where you are going. Be aware of what's in your luggage. Be aware of what's in your medicine bag. Be aware of what you can and cannot take with you. If you're going to contact or go online and look at countries that you're visiting and you have something that's questionable, if you have questions about the medication that you have, then you need to leave it at home. If something is drawing a red flag about anything that you own, anything that you want that's questionable, leave it in the United States. You could buy it over there if it's legal. But you definitely don't want to have loose pills and medications that people cannot recognize. You definitely don't want to have any type of dirt or sand in your luggage. You don't want to have anything loose running around in your luggage or your suitcases. Make sure that stuff is clean. Take a vacuum and clean that stuff out. I'm being very serious, y'all. Clean that stuff out. Vacuum that stuff out. Make sure your luggage is clean. Make sure there's nothing in there. If you travel a lot, make sure you constantly go through your luggage. You don't know if somebody might slip something into your luggage while you're passing from point A to point B. That's what they always ask you. Have you kept an eye on your luggage? And when I'm on the plane and I have my luggage in the carry-on case, I'm keeping a close eye on it while it's up there. Serious, I keep a very close eye on it because you never know what somebody's up to. Somebody might have got on the bed, complained, and realized they had something they weren't supposed to have, and took it out their luggage and threw it in your luggage. And you wouldn't even know because you sleep. Keep a close eye on all your luggage that you travel with, even when it's up in the carry-on section above your head in these planes. Do not trust anyone. Do not leave your luggage alone. Be very aware when you are traveling of the world that we live in, because when they slap them handcuffs on you and you are 8 million miles away from home, they're not going to care who you were in the United States. They don't care about that. Because now, and I've also heard from so many friends of traveling and being blackmailed by locals in these countries for money. Going through their luggage and finding stuff and then finding them and making them pay a cash fine on the spot for having something that was questionable. Or, I mean, I've heard this from so many people who travel around the world in various countries, from the Caribbean to Africa to Dubai. They have been fined and had to pay outrageous amounts of fees for whatever was going on. I've had friends who were traveling, they all called an Uber or a taxi. And the taxi got stopped in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden people showed up demanding that they pay these outrageous sums of money, accusing them of damaging the taxi. I've heard some very strange stories. That's why when I travel, I tend not to catch, what I learned from this last trip, catch Uber only, not taxi cabs. Do not catch a taxi. If they use the app, pay for it through Uber. If you can, do all your activities at the resort, or try to stay at a resort where you can at least walk to some of these activities that you want to go to, so you don't end up going a long distance. Now, if you are booking any type of outings, try to go through the resort or cruise ship. It's a little bit more money, but you might be better off by using those places to get to maybe your excursions, as they call them. Because you don't want to be out there. I had a taxi cab driver when I was in Turkey. For a 7-minute drive, he ran my credit card for $350. The first mistake we made was getting into a taxi cab. We should only use Uber. When traveling, only use Uber. He charged me $350 for something that should have been at the most $20. I ended up having to dispute that through Chase. I wanted to dispute. This is a taxi cab company. When I was disputing it, he was saying that it was a computer company, and I had brought some computer-related things in Turkey, which was a lie. We were in a taxi cab. He ran my credit card and said it didn't go through. He actually ran it twice. I was able to dispute through Chase and get both those charges reversed. It took some time and work. But I learned only use Uber. Because Uber, you know upfront what you're paying for, where you are going, and what it's going to cost. Do not get in any taxi cab. Do not get in a taxi. Period. I don't care where you are. Get the Uber app on your phone and learn how to use Uber only. I'll have your transportation already paid for when you land at the airport, wherever you're going. I like to prepay for my transportation. When I come out there, they have a sign up saying, "Hey, Walter, we're looking for you." And I wave at them, and they say, "You're over here." I've learned a lot traveling. Do not argue with these people in these airports. Shut your fucking mouth. When you are going through customs, do not take photographs, pictures, or videos. Put them phones down. Pay attention to what's going on. Put them phones down. All that texting and calling and photographing and video of your trip, put it down. You get through customs. That's very important, because they will stop you if you are using your phone or recording or doing anything like that. Be very careful. If you are going to travel, I would love to go to Dubai, but I have seen too many stories, read too many incidents. Although I know millions of people go in and out of Dubai, but I've seen enough stories to know they are targeting American tourists in Dubai. So you need to have your act together. I've seen story after story after story of black folks being stopped, maybe being too sassy at the mouth. White folks too. White folks get stopped too. Maybe not understanding the laws of these places, not understanding just traveling recklessly. One man was arrested. He got to Dubai. He had to have emergency surgery. While in the hospital, they ran some blood work on him and found out that he had marijuana in his system, which is illegal over there, and they arrested him. Took him from the hospital after emergency surgery and threw him in jail. He did not smoke any marijuana while in Dubai. He had smoked marijuana in the country he had came from. But he had to have some type of emergency surgery. While in the hospital, they ran some blood work and they found out he had marijuana in the system. This was illegal, and he was arrested and held for weeks and months in jail. If you like marijuana and you smoke marijuana, you might want to be careful traveling to countries who are very anti-marijuana. If you smell like marijuana, if it's in your clothing, you leave it, you might want to just keep your trips to Jamaica. That's what I would suggest. If you use marijuana, you like marijuana, you're a marijuana user, then you might not want to go to certain places, especially over there in Dubai, in UAE, United Arab, whatever countries they have over there. I've seen too many incidents of people being arrested. I'm not a marijuana user. I don't use CBD oil. I don't have any of that stuff around me. I don't travel with that stuff. I don't even have it here in my house. So that's not a concern for me. But for many of you all, if you are using those types of things, like Brittany Griner, who was arrested in Russia, she thought that stuff was legal. I think sometimes people who use marijuana get a little loopy. Like I was kind of loopy this morning and made this colossal mess with this coffee machine. How in the hell would I hit that button to make coffee and I ain't put the pot on in the pot? That was crazy. Anyway, I would suggest everybody be very careful and aware when you leave the United States. Your goal is to get back here to this country. And you need to make sure that you are following the rules of the countries that you are going to. And in many instances, it means observing. Recently, when I was in Turkey, I saw some people recording. We were in a restaurant. Some other American people were recording some people dancing. And the guy who showed them the recording and said, So I turned to them and I looked and they were recording. I said, what are y'all doing? I said, stop. They were like, we're just recording I said, look at him telling you no. And they were like, psst. I said, they will kill you. I looked at them people and I said, they will kill you. Stop recording. And they stopped. They looked at me. I said, you're not at home. You cannot record strangers without their permission. They will kill you. And they just looked at me and they put them phones down. They were quiet. You are in a foreign country. You don't know these people. No one is giving you permission to record them. They're telling you no. The guy's saying, but you all are still doing it. They're telling you to stop. I looked at them. I said, he's telling you no. Do you not understand where you are? I've never picked up my phone. If I'm out on vacation, I record me, not people around me, not intentionally. But this man is saying, the women who are dancing are saying no, and you still recording them? I'm looking at these people like, are y'all insane? And people didn't tell y'all to stop. But you're still recording. Oh, we just doing it we're doing I don't know, Instagram video, something. I'm like, dude, do y'all get it? Do y'all not get what they're telling you? I didn't know these people, but goddamn, you can't be that stupid. And then told you they saying no. That means stop. That doesn't mean continue to do something that they're telling you no. Don't you see the guy say he's telling you no? The girl's telling you, no. They don't want to be recorded. I have heard of incidents of people being arrested in Dubai for recording certain buildings, taking pictures of certain buildings. Some things you're not supposed to photograph, but they do it any damn way. And get arrested. If you don't know how to travel, stay your ass at home. My goal is to travel to places and get back home alive, without handcuffs, without a legal case. You're in another country. I don't be getting drunk and acting a fool and arguing with people. No. You are not in America. And if you're traveling with people who are rowdy, argumentative, want to fight and act a fool like my sister Lisa, you think I wouldn't go across the street to Burger King. I literally would not go across Peachtree Road to Burger King with my sister Lisa. For what? We went to New York City and all hell broke loose the whole time we was there. I said, never again. But you think I'm going to get on a plane with that crazy heifer. Go to another country. Oh, hell no. I know better. Know who you're traveling with. Know what you're traveling. Know who you're traveling with and how they handle things. Arguing with people in another country, they don't tolerate that bullshit you niggas do here in America. You like acting a fool? You can get away with that shit in Atlanta, Houston, and Chicago, but not in Dubai, not in Jamaica, not in Istanbul, Turkey, wherever they pronounce that shit, Istanbul. I've heard too many incidents of people getting arrested in Canada. I had friends who flew up there and got arrested. God knows what they be doing up there. Some people don't get their proper visas when visiting these countries. They don't follow the rules. They get stopped at the border. In two countries I've heard in particular, Canada and Australia, you have to have them visas taken care of before you get there. Or they will stop you and harass you for hours. If you check to see, do you need a visa before you go to this country? What process do you need to do? I know you niggas don't like to read, but y'all might want to start doing a little bit of reading before you go visit these crazy places. I did a lot of research on Dubai. I like to go visit it one day. It's on my bucket list. But I'm going to follow the rules when I get there. I'm going to ease to the airport and get on out safely out of there and to my hotel and do my little sightseeing and get back home. Like I always do. I don't go no place to cause no. We were someplace recently. Oh, in Aruba. And we didn't like the drinks. In other countries, we're going to send these drinks back. I said, we are not in the United States. Order another one. But I don't like this drink. Order another one. We ain't giving no drinks back here. The people not playing with us. We just set them drinks to the side, just order another. We paid for those drinks. We didn't like the ones they sent. We ain't got the drink. We'll just pay for it. It's cheap any damn way. Order another drink. I'm going to send this back. No, we don't doing that. We're not sending shit back. We are not sending Atlantic Mall in Atlanta with you niggas. I don't like this. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't like this. I don't like that. I'll send it back. No, you don't do that in other countries. If you don't like the food that they brought you, or you don't like it, just set it to the side and order something else. But be prepared to pay for that food and drink you ordered. Y'all need to stop and think. Some of y'all have gotten away with a whole bunch of bullshit they're not tolerating in other countries. That's why I prefer to go to all-inclusive hotels. If you don't like the food and drink, fine. It's part of it and came with the hotel any damn way. Everything ain't gonna be to your liking. If you are a picky motherfucker, stick to all-inclusive. Then you have to worry about sending that shit back. It's all included. Just set it to the side and go back and get your order something else. If you don't like the food, you don't like the drinks, and you know you're a picky son of a bitch, stay your ass and only go to places that are all inclusive, where all food and drinks are covered with your hotel stay. Be very, very careful who you travel with. Because everybody is not going to be like Walter Hampton. I thoroughly go through my shit. When I do travel with people, I say, did you go through your luggage? Hey, I went through it. Did you mark your medications? You cannot travel around the world with medications unmarked, just put in your luggage in a suitcase. They don't know what this shit is. They will arrest you. And I tell this to people repeatedly, so I'm very cautious about who I travel with. Because running around here with loose pills ain't a good thing. Put them medications in the bottles they came from. Like I said, I wouldn't go across the street to Burger King with some people. I got a bunch of people on that list I'm not going nowhere with. A few years back, I went to Miami with a friend of mine. The whole trip was ruined because this man was drunk the whole damn time we was there. You think I'm going to get on a plane and go overseas with that food? Hell no. No way. We were just in Miami. I don't like this. He acted food up. We in restaurants. He's sending food back, drink back, arguing with the people. I'm like, what is wrong with this food? Drunk the whole damn time we got there. In Miami, the hotel we stayed at, for some odd reason, they had an open bar. Lord, I had no idea. We had an open bar. There was an open bar at that hotel. That nigga sat down there and drank all them folks free liquor up. The whole time, drunk. Out of his fucking mind. Worst vacation ever. We were just in Miami. I said, never again. So, anyway. This was a lot longer than what I wanted it to be, but I think traveling some people you just need to, I don't know what to say. But anyway, let me take these dogs out. This is a little bit longer than what I was thinking. Anyway, today is Wednesday, October 16th. I'm great. Took these dogs out. This was a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But I wanted to get my point across because I keep hearing these horror stories about people traveling and this shit going awry. And if you're not a person who travels a lot, you need to be aware of certain things before you hop your ass on that buddy pass that somebody gave you for free to Dubai. Yeah, might not be coming home. So be careful. And think about where you're going, what you're doing, and how you're going to carry yourself in these countries. Anyway, I'm out of here. It's Wednesday, October 16th, the year 2024. You all have a great day, and I'm out.